Morning, YouTube. It is Monday morning. I think today is the 14th, I believe. So, kind of want to do a update. So, my numbers are 34. So, I've been 64 for like the last, I want to say, 9, maybe 10 months. And now I am, sorry, allergies is like kicking my butt. I am at 34 as of last month. So I think what I changed was I added a new kombucha, Dr. Brew. I believe that's the name of it. And it's the lemon iced tea flavor. I also started taking those sour sop gummies. What those are supposed to do is they are supposed to clean out your system. They are supposed to make sure that, well, at least for me, my son my son told me to start taking those about maybe 3 months ago, because he works for that cancer center in Phoenix. So it's one of the things that the cancer center out there that they tell their patrons to take, and it's supposed to bring your cancer numbers down. It's also supposed to clean your system, because between the chemo and all the meds and all the meds, all the chemo, the not being able to eat, then sometimes you can eat. That affects your whole system. That affects whether or not, you can poop. That affects whether or not you digest, and that affects whether or not you're throwing up or you're not throwing up, all of that. And I just know that since I've been on the kombucha, I usually do Synergy and Health Aid. And mind you, some of the kombuchas are really nasty. Really nasty. But there are some kombuchas that are really, really tasty. And but I mean, once you start drinking it, you kind of get used to it. You almost kind of get like the ginger lemon. When I first tasted it, it was so disgusting. But now I kind of crave it. But since I started telling people about the lemon ginger, people go and they buy up the lemon ginger. Yeah. So I haven't really been able to have none, because I'm trying to share with y'all, and y'all going to the store and buying up everything. But things are good. I had to change some things around with my family, because, well, y'all, when you're sick, people think that you don't do nothing all day but lay in bed and complain. I don't understand why people think that, because what I've learned in these 4.5 years that I have been dealing with breast cancer stage 4. Now, mind you, at first, yes, the first 6 months were horrendously horrible. They were. I'm not gonna lie, they were. Oh, and if you're wondering about this wig, this is a Temu wig. This was like, I got it on one of those, if you spend $10, you get this for free. And that's what I got. That's what I did. So I think I spent $20, and I got it for free. Yeah, Temu. Yeah. I kind of wanted to change up my look a little bit, because this is the length of my actual hair. It just ain't that thick. My hair is so thin, girl, you can see my mind change. Yeah. I got a bald spot about, well, it used to be this big. Now it's about this big. I started taking that Bantna, I think that's how you spell it. Bantana oil stuff. I've been using that now. mind you. Chemo brain is a realistic thing, and I don't use nothing every day except for what I got to. But like my supplements, like the soursop, that's not something I use every single day. Sometimes I forget, and it's sitting right there where I can see it, and I forget to take it. And the soursop gummies, girl, I wouldn't say. Some people might say they're nasty. They just have a weird texture, and they have like a weird taste. Weird taste. So I have to be prepared for that because y'all, um, it might make you throw up. It might make you throw up. They might. They might. I know when I first took them the first time, they made me throw up. But I kind of took them, and I knew I was nauseous. But I was taking all my medicines, and I was like, well, let me just take this and let me see. Um, let's just see. Let me just try it. So when I first took them, yeah, they made me sick. But that was because I was already sick. I knew I was gonna throw up, but I was just trying to do something. Is what I basically was doing. So I'm outside. I just got back from taking my grandbaby to school. Y'all, last week, not once but twice, my scooter said, Psh, girl, I'm not doing nothing. And I am not digging this lip gloss. This lip gloss is not the business. I'm gonna take this bullshit on. It is not cute. It's not cute. I probably need a lip liner or something, make it look a little cuter, but it's not the business. It kind of make my lips look like they're ashy. But, anywho, um, back on the family thing. And this is still part of, the things you go through when you're sick, the things you got to deal with. So, for me, I'm the only girl out of 5 boys. Every single one of my brothers have had to live with me with their girlfriends and their girlfriends' kids. Their kids with their girlfriends and all that old mess. Their wives, yeah, and their children messing up my furniture. Yeah. It's part of the reason that I moved to a 1-bedroom instead of having a 2-bedroom because my mama has this bad habit of talking about, well, T got that extra bedroom over there. You might want to ask her if you can come stay. No. So, me and my mom kind of been beefing because my niece, remember that story time I did about the kinship mess with Sacramento County? Yeah. So, my nephew, this child, let me tell y'all about this fool. So now, he's 23. Wait, how old is he? 22. She 23. They're 11 months apart. Their mom is special. Now, I don't just mean she's special because her mama love her. I mean she's special because she used to ride the little bus. Now, the little girl, the only thing wrong with her is her cognitive abilities aren't what they should be for her to be 23. That's the only thing wrong with her. But that little boy, he been getting in trouble since he could get in trouble. Since he was 12, that child has been locked up. He's only had one birthday where he was not locked up. When he get out, he does 60 to 90 days and he right back. So this last time, I think he did 62, 63 days. Something like that. And, y'all, this baby, he idolizes crime. He idolizes dudes that do dumb stuff. He thinks that it's just so cool to listen to dudes talk about how they robbed somebody, how they raped somebody, how they got over on somebody. To him, that juices him up. It just juices him up. He just thinks that that's just such the cool thing to do. So this fool's nickname is Camacho. Y'all know what that means? It means Camacho pockets. This baby, he ain't got nothing better to do than to think of some craziness like that. So y'all, now this fool is facing, he is 22 years old. He is facing a life sentence because he don't want to leave people's stuff alone. He Mr. Sticky Fingers. He Mr. Stick 'em Up Man. You know, he'd have been accused of rape 3, 4, 5 times. Mind you, I kind of think he might be gay because he's really mean to girls. He's really mean to girls for no reason, just mean to them. But a dude can do all kind of stuff to him, and he ain't even. It's like it's okay, it's okay. But y'all, this child. Sorry, I'm reaching for my tissues because this lip gloss is getting on my nerves. He just, I wouldn't say he a lost cause. I just would say the fact that his mentality, so he's 22, his mental is 12 years old. Sorry, I'm reaching back over my little thing. Y'all want to see my little, hold on, my little setup. So, let's see. Never mind, y'all. I can't get it to focus right. All right. You know, I only got one hand. So, he had a lawyer call me. I think that was Friday, to ask me to come to court for him, and I'm like, no. Every time he goes to jail, I help him get out of jail just to have him go back in 60 to 90 days. No, I'm not helping him no more. No, I'm just not doing it. No. I feel like since people think I don't have nothing to do and that I don't do nothing every day, that they feel like they can come drop their kids on me, leave the kids for 2, 3, 4 days, don't pick up their phone. That's my niece. My nephew thinks that I am BOT. You know, every time he think he need $3, he want to call me. No. I'm not doing it. And how dare you try to think that that's just what I'm good for. So, you know, the lawyer asked me to write a letter stating what I know about his mentality, what I know about his disability. And right now he's in some kind of mental something that's going on with the jail. They got something where people who have disabilities, like I guess it's some kind of special ed or something. So he in there fighting. Girl. Like, why? Why are you doing that? How are you supposed to be? I don't know. It's like you're supposed to be in there showing the people that you kind of got some sense. They might not be all in the right sense, like, you know, a penny, nickel, dime, quarter, but you got some sense. This boy in here fighting people because, see, this is the thing with him. He gets angry when you talk to him about stuff that he don't understand, or you use words that he doesn't know what they mean. So automatically he gets pissed off, and automatically now he want to fight you. Instead of just saying, what you say? I need you to dumb it down for me. Talk to me like I'm 2. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to do that. He don't want people to know, like, 5 minutes into the conversation, you don't be like, oh, already. Because you do. 5 minutes into the conversation, you're like, oh, okay, I see you. But, yeah. People think that because you're sick, that they can come lay on you because supposedly they helping you, but all you see them doing is eating up your food, messing up your house. That part. That part. They want to drop off their kids. Like right now, I have my grandbaby. I'm stage 4 cancer. I don't have no business with no damn 7-year-old. I have no business riding my scooter a mile point 4 up and back to take this girl to school. I really have no business doing that. Because anything can happen to me. But I feel like I don't want to go on no God trip, and I ain't going to go on that. I'm just going to say, I feel like I got it. Because you know what? Once you lay down, it's hard for you to get back up. And I feel like if I lay down, this cancer's going to get me. I really do. I feel like it's going to get me. So every day, you know, I mop my own floors most of the time, you know. Plus, I like my floor to be clean. I like to be able to put my foot on the floor, and I don't feel nothing. I like that. I clean my toilet probably 4 or 5 times a day, and if somebody poop, I go clean the toilet. I just feel like everybody should have a fresh bowl. I just do. I just do. And it's nothing worse than going to somebody's bathroom, looking in the toilet and be like, "Ooh, what's that? Huh? What's that?" I don't want that. I don't ever want you to go or look at my Facebook and be like, "What is that?" And be like, I was gonna wash my hands, but what's that? Yeah, I don't want that. So I clean up my Facebook probably 2 or 3 times a day. Plus, like I said, I got this 7-year-old who spits in the sink and don't clean it out. So there's always toothpaste in the sink, toothpaste on the counter, dried on the counter. Like, what you doing? You in there just writing your name with the toothpaste? I mean, what you doing? I just feel like if you don't keep things going, you're not going to be able to keep it going. And I just can't. I've always had the mentality, if I let it beat me, then what am I going to do? You know, like when I lost my leg as a kid, I didn't talk for a year because I felt like that lip gloss made my lips dry. Excuse me, y'all. I felt like I was 9 years old. When I lost my leg, it was the day of the surgery was the day before my 10th birthday, 1974. Excuse me. Y'all know every time I get on here, I have heartburn. I don't know what that's about. Because no, wait, what did I eat? Oh, I had a banana. But that shouldn't have given me heartburn. So, at 9 years old, they're telling me, and my mama, and my dad, I might not make it 6 months. Mind you, it was August. You know, it was like July when I found out. And then I had two biopsies, because the first biopsy, they wasn't sure what they found. The second biopsy, someone just walking by was like, hey, whose x-ray is that? And they were like, it's hers. And he was like, I just came from a conference where we were just talking about that type of cancer. He say, you know that's a tumor, right? The other doctors is like, well, we knew it was a tumor, we just didn't know what kind of tumor it was. And he said, well, it's the kind of tumor that eats away the bone. And they were like, what? So we can't just remove it? And he was like, no. He goes, even if you remove the actual tumor itself, he goes, there's still going to be residual from the tumor, and it's going to still just eat away at the bone. So you're going to have to amputate the leg. Of course, I'm 9 years old, so I don't know what he's talking about, amputate. What is that? That's not a word I heard. Plus, I'm from Mobile, Alabama. Don't use them kind of words. You don't use, and I was 9. You don't use some kind of words? What does that mean? So I was like, what you mean amputate? What is that? He says, well, we're going to have to take the leg. I said, take my leg and do what with it? He said, baby, when I say take the leg, I mean as in we're going to have to cut it off. I said, what? I looked at my mom, I looked at my dad, and I was like, they're going to cut my leg off? My dad just hugged me, and he said, baby, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. My mom just fell apart. First time I ever seen my mama cry in my life. But, yeah. So that cancer was called osteogenic sarcoma. They don't call it that no more. They call it some other sarcoma, something else now. That's what they call it. But I'm still the only black, the only female that has survived it since 74. Yeah. Yeah. And they told me that I wasn't going to be able to have kids. They told me that I was going to have, if I ever were to drive, that I would need a car that was adapted for me. I can drive a stick. Don't play with me. My kid's dad was like, I'm going to show you how to do it. He goes, we're going to figure this out. So y'all, for those of y'all who was aware of Sacramento, he took me on Broadway. He took me over there by CV Circle. Mind you, over there by CV Circle, it's a hill. The hill is up like this. He said, I want you to put your foot on the accelerator. I want you to put the other foot on the clutch. He goes, and I want you to balance it. I said, what? What you mean balance it? He said, I want you to balance it. He goes, the car gonna cut off if you don't do it right. So y'all, that car rolled back a few times. I had to catch it, turn it back on, and roll it back up to the line. It took me 4 tries, but I did it. I did it. Then I think I was 22? No, I think I was 21. Because I think my oldest was probably about 6 or 7 months. If he was that old. He might have been younger than that. Because our first car was a Chevy Chevette. I think it was a 75 or 74 Chevette. Chevy Chevette. I think that's what it was. Y'all, it was about 15 different colors. The outside was like a brown, but like when you open the door, one door had yellow, one door was red, one door was green. One door, and I want to say it was 2 doors. But if you looked around the sides, it was all different colors because the car had been painted so many times. So, yeah. That kind of, yeah. That was good times. Yeah. He taught me how to do a lot of things that people were telling me that I wasn't going to be able to do. But he was like, no, we ain't going to listen to that. He goes, we're going to figure it out. And we did. And he did. And I did it. I was able to do it. Now I could drive any stick. And y'all, I had to show my son how to, my oldest, because my youngest was Mr. Scaredy Cat. But once my oldest learned how to drive, because see, my youngest learned how to drive first because my oldest was like, I ain't doing that. That's not for me. I'll ride the bus. 6 turn on riding the bus, Alex. That's what he was talking. And I was like, no. So one day I tricked him. I said, I had a BMW 325i. It was a stick. Yeah. I say, drive me to the store. He said, Mom, I don't want to do that. I said, sir, you're going to drive me to the store. So he drives me to the store. And the store that we had went to was like, the freeway was like maybe on like the next light or something like that. So I said, turn. He said, Mom, we're going on the freeway. I said, I know. He said, Mom, I ain't ready. I said, baby, you ready. I said, you get it in 4th gear and you can do what you want. He said, get it in 4th gear. I said, get it in the 4th gear and you can do what you want. So we got it. He almost killed us at Arden and Cal Expo, though, because the traffic did that dead stop. And I had to pull up the emergency brake because this fool started panicking. But he never turned off the car, though. He never turned off the car. I taught him well. But, y'all, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I kind of want to get on here because I hadn't done a video in a minute, and I kind of felt like talking to y'all. So I'm going to try to make this a little more often, but I've been a little depressed lately because it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. I've been dealing with my 7-year-old's mom, and her and them drugs just gotta, I don't know what she gonna do. I don't know what she gonna do, y'all. I have no idea what she gonna do. I just have no idea. I don't know. But this 7-year-old gotta have some stability. And I know as long as she with me, she got that. She got stability. I get her to school every day on time. I pick her up every day on time. I try to make sure that she do her homework. I try to make sure that, she's speaking well. She's saying, I'm trying to build on her vocabulary, because you can't have a pretty girl and she dumb. No. We're not having none of that. We're not having none of that. So every morning we do words. I make her put the word in a sentence. If she don't know what the word mean, I tell her what the word mean, and then she puts it in a sentence, and she does pretty good. I'm not mad at her. So, and she's really good at math. You know what I'm saying? She's going to be, something. She's going to be something. She's going to be something. Right now, her state of mind is, I don't want no kids because I want a job. I want to be able to make money. I want to be able to travel. And I'm like, girl, you 7? You talking about some traveling. So where you going to go? She said, anywhere I want to go. I said, I heard that, girl. You kitty. I said, because when grandma was in her 20s, before I had my oldest son, I had been to the Bahamas already. I had been to Philippines. I had been to Germany. I had been to Guam. Because, I used to work on the base, and I used to mess with, airmen. So they taught me how to catch a hop. Well, I would be with them, and we would catch a hop. And a hop is like a free flight. Now, mind you, you would have to get on that big belly plane where, you've seen it in some movies where they're strapped to the wall. Yeah. That's a scary flight. But you know what, though? As you see, I'm still here. I'm still here. But it was a scary flight. You strapped to the wall. Sometimes there's cargo in front of you, you know what I'm saying? You riding with the cargo, wherever they're going. So that's how I traveled at first. That's how I went to the Philippines, Germany, Guam, Bahamas, Barbados. Somewhere else I went. I can't think at the moment. I forgot. Maybe that was all I went to. And back then in the early 80s, that was late 80s, I'm sorry, because my baby was born in 85. I graduated in 83. What's going on? Oh, sorry, reading messages. It's just kind of been, I don't know. I know I should be happy because my numbers are down. I've been feeling pretty good. Today's not a good day. I don't feel good today. My stomach is doing the bubbly blip blip blips. I might throw up today. But I'm going to go in the house and get me a kombucha and see if I can combat that throw up. Because, y'all, it's not the business to throw up. It's not the business. It is not the business. Because it seems like once I start throwing up, I'm going to be throwing up for at least an hour. I don't know what that's about, but, man, I'm telling you, it is not the business at all. I know I got some new followers. Hey, y'all. Hey, what's up? Mind you, sometimes I'm funny. I am. At least I think I'm funny. I try to talk about, this cancer journey, because this cancer journey it's garbage. It's garbage. It is ghetto garbage. I'm telling you. Y'all, this owl is so scary. I don't know what the hell's going on with his eyes, but And no, it's not a real owl. It's a ceramic thing. But ugh, I hate owls. They're so creepy. Um, Having cancer is ghetto. It is. It is ghetto fabulous. It is ghetto. It is garbage. I'm telling you, it is garbage. You do not want this. This is not. This is not it. And I know that I should be thankful every day, which I am. I'm thankful every day. I'm thankful every day that I can wake up and do something better than what I did yesterday. Oh, I'm looking at a pigeon because he doing the most. I don't know about him. Oh, was a few of them. Oh, okay. Um, I don't know. Life is weird. Life is weird. I didn't think I was gonna have to deal with cancer ever again because I thought once you go in remission that excuse me, I almost threw up. Ew. Excuse me, y'all. That was not the business. I don't know why I woke up so nauseous this morning, but maybe it's the heat. It's getting a little warm out here. Maybe that's what's making me want to throw up. But I'm going to end this, y'all, because I need to go lay down. And I need to put something on my stomach because this is not the business. I just want to end this up with, let's love each other. Let's do better things. Let's do bigger things. Let's try to love each other more. Let's try to be more tolerant because this president we got, he don't care about nobody but himself. And if we try to live our lives like that, that is not a life to live. You're supposed to live your life enjoying every day. You're supposed to meet people and enjoy new experiences. You're supposed to learn from the people to which you meet. You're supposed to utilize the fact that you've met someone new as a learning experience. It shouldn't be that you can't tolerate them because they're black or they're white. They're Asian, they're Indian, they're whatever their nationality is or culture is. We should all be tolerant of one another because we're all people. We are all people. And we should just love one another. Everybody puts on their pants one leg at a time, whether you got no legs, one leg, one arm, no arms. You still put that shirt on one arm at a time. You do. We need to come together and be people. Stop trying to segregate people because you don't understand their plight. You don't understand who they are. You don't understand what they are. You don't understand their culture. We just need to stop that. We just do. We just do. But like, comment, subscribe. Let's share this. And y'all, I see y'all watching, but y'all don't be liking my videos. And y'all watch the whole video. Come on now, give me some love. I need some love. You know how hard it is to be out here every day? Y'all, girl, help us sister out. It is free.com to like. And for those of you who comment, I appreciate y'all. And like I said, I just learned how to reply. I was going to say apply. Excuse me, y'all. I just learned how to reply to y'all. I still haven't really learned how to edit videos, so I don't know how to do that weird, all that cool stuff. I don't know how to do none of that. So y'all are gonna get all my videos raw and rare. That's just how it's gonna be. But I shall see y'all soon. Y'all be good out there. Let's love one another. Let's teach our kids, especially our daughters, love yourself, girl. Love yourself. Don't let people tell you that you're not enough, because you know what? We are just as much as they are, if not more. And remember, they can't do nothing without us. They need us for there to be a world to go around. Without a woman, there could not be no world. So, hey, let's teach our daughters to walk with their head held up. I don't care how dark they are. I don't care how wide they are. I don't care how much they weigh. I don't care if you're rolling in a wheelchair, you're scooting on a scooter, you're walking on crutches. You are still a beautiful woman. Walk your walk. Walk your path. It is your path and your path only. You are the only one who can navigate through all the ghetto-ness, the fabulousness of this here thing we call life. Y'all, be good. Let's love each other. Talk to you soon.